Combermere Barracks in Windsor is home to the Household Cavalry's training wing. 12 new recruits are about to start a 16-week crash course in riding. If they pass, they will qualify to take part in all ceremonial duties. Trooper Glenn Forrest has no idea that he has just embarked on one of the hardest courses in the British Army.
I didn't have anything going for me at school, because at school I used to tear away. School didn't suit me one bit. I can't sit still for 2 minutes in the classroom learning. So I thought, Army's the only way I'm really going to get anywhere and get a career out or anything in this world, so that's why I joined up.
Look at that, mate. He likes you, Forrest. You know what that means when its ears are back? Oh. He's not happy.
Trooper Bobby Baker is only 17. He's spent his whole life in North London.
I basically joined the army after I left secondary school, so I haven't really done much. It seemed like something to do, get away from like your mum and everything, start like being a man basically.
20-year-old Quarry is 3 years older than young Baker.
I've never ridden a horse before, so I'll probably be flying off later.
And it's not long before he's showing Bobby who's boss.
I don't think the horse likes me.
Why do you like him?
I know, he keeps trying to bite me.
Give it a kiss. Be more confident with it when you go in. Put your hand on his bum, give it a pat, and then work your way up. Don't just steam straight in. If I get to know you, either that or he'll eat you. One of the two, isn't it?
Probably nasty. I think he'll probably eat me.
He'll be fine, mate. He'll be good.
OK, so reassess the saddle situation. Is that the right way round?
The next mountain they have to climb is getting on their horse.
OK, it's a horse, not a climbing frame. I don't want to see legs hanging off saddles, arms hanging around horses' necks, anything like that. Lock your arms out first, and quietly right leg over, lower yourself down quietly.
Quickest and best is the term used to describe vaulting straight onto nearly 6 foot of horse. Some find it harder than others.
Too many pies, Gardner and Thompson.
Hand up there! Come on, man, not all day.
2, 3, up. Go on, lock.
But it's Trooper Glenn Forrest who has the greatest trouble leaving the ground.
Getting on, it's a bit difficult than what he expects, because it's more technique than his strength.
Look up, lock your arms in. Go on, really lock that wrist.
Because they'd done it, I thought, you just scrapple onto a horse. The way they do it, it's still set to drills and timings.
Go on, straight.
Old Hand Quarry is bored waiting for Forrest and decides to take Bobby Baker for a walk.
Ah, you see? Look at that.
Finally, Forrest climbs his mountain. Once everyone's on top, it's time to take the ride for their very first equine steps.
OK then, so here we go. God help us. Walk mark.
To add to the learning curve, they ride without stirrups.
Hands forwards, close your leg on, allow it to move forward.
Now they're just getting used to the position and the feel of the horse. So you can see when they first started, they were really quite tense, and especially the guy on the back there. But now he's actually relaxing and feeling. You can see his body moving, so he's able to relax his muscles and get into it. I was exactly the same. I'd never ridden before, and I know exactly what they're going through. Yeah, change of underpants at the end, perhaps.
And again. Sit back, pull on both reins, then walk.
Corporal Major Des Payne takes Glenn Forrest aside for some remedial training.
It's all technique and I just can't do it. It's just like a bit of an idiot. It's coming. So.
Keep your chin up, you're doing well.
Yes, sir.
It's the 5th day for the new arrivals, and the 5 o'clock starts are starting to sting.
Getting up at like sparrow 4 o'clock every morning. That's a brand new one.
Just have to work with it basically.
The pressure's being piled on by Lance Corporal of Horse, Mark Jaworski.
Hey, what are you doing? Listen to me. Hey, look at me. Sweep the stalls out. This is the way it works. Trust me, man. That's why I'm in the job. You sweep the stalls out first. Complete, everyone's. And someone says, everyone's stall's done. Yeah. Nice one. Get up the end, sweep down in the oneer, job done, breakfast. All right, you're making work for yourselves. You've got to start working as a team, do you understand? Let's get it done, let's get a scoff. Come on, I'll make Marvin.
In only 4 months, these total novices will be expected to take part in a major parade almost every week.
It's one of the hardest courses in the British Army to do, the riding school. It's so intense. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of late nights, a lot of early mornings, a lot of stress, pressure from inspections, and you've got to pass this and pass this and pass this to stay with everyone. Peer pressure's huge. They have to grow up quick, or they get left behind. It's as simple as that.
But at least the boys are beginning to bond with their horses. Trooper Kiwi Hookham is playing footsie with Vagabond. Trooper Daniel Evans has developed a particularly close bond with Seymour.
Yeah, you do. Right, kiss, kiss. Thank you. Smile. Yeah, good boy.
Today, the ride will trot for the first time.
Straight on top, take up your reins.
Trooper Forrest's quickest and best has sunk to slowest and worst.
There's still a bit to be desired, still need a hand up and everything, but it's getting there. I should get it before end of course anyway.
No, take it out on the horse. Not the horse's fault. It's you. You can't get up.
Lance Corporal of Horse Lee Golder decides to take it out on the rest of the ride, making them mount and dismount continuously until Forrest can get on his horse.
Everyone's getting levered because of you. Get out the door. I'm a crusty old man, I haven't got the flu, do you know what I mean? I can still get up there. All right, I'll show you once and it's your go. Happy? Hand on the front, hand on the back, good grip, bounce once. Get yourself, when you're on there, you can stay here all day. You know what I mean? Just get your belly onto there, all right? Right, chest on, get up there, push up. There you go. Come on, swing. You got braces.
Okay, next stage in your training. This is where we get bodies everywhere. Ride. Halt! Your first trot. So ride, walk, march. Ride, prepare to trot. So there, rot. Come on, get your legs into it, get it forwards. Get it up there, go on. Keep working the legs.
It's not long before the ride takes its first casualty.
Ride, halt. Another one bites the dust.
This course is going to be no easy ride.
At first I thought, yeah, anyone can ride a horse, it's easy peasy. Nah. Well, you've got your paras and your commandos. They should come and have a go at this because I bet half of them couldn't do it because it's really tough going. It's the hardest thing I've done, without a doubt.
Well done for this morning. Not an easy thing to pick up, the trot. However, we cope with it. A few accidents, and we're going to have more of them when we start the canter and when we start the jumping. OK, but so far, well done.
Traditionally, new troopers start their army careers in the Windsor Riding School. They are expected to master the art of horsemanship in only 16 weeks. It's week 5 for the latest batch of new recruits. They've learned to trot, they've learned to canter, and they've learned to fall off. Now they face their biggest challenge, jumping, where hitting the ground is par for the course. The ride has started a kitty. Each time someone falls off, in cavalry slang, being binned, the victim is forced to dig into their pocket.
Well, this is the bean bin tin, and how it works is when you fall off the first time, it's £5. Basically, it goes towards a charity of our cause, which is just a night out. Get some beers together, celebrate all the bumps and bruises. The shopping.
They may be only 2 days into jumping, but already the coffers are swelling.
What's in there?
Forwards and up!
This is my washing one.
Trooper Richie Metcalf is one of the few recruits who rode before he joined up. He's confident he won't have to part with any cash at all.
It's all about seat, relaxing and breathing. You fall off and you tense up. If you tense up, you're going to fall off no matter what. And I'm so chilled out.
You are going to fall off, trust me.
I'm not going to fall off.
You will.
Everybody
everybody, no matter you could be
put a little bet
Frankie
on
Victoria, and you will get binned.
I'm not going to get binned.
You're going to get binned.
Tank, I'm not going to get binned.
But for some of the other riders, it's becoming a costly exercise. At the other end of the confidence scale is Graham Thompson.
Tom I owe some money because he's fallen up. He is our crash test dummy.
Sit up!
Let go, you bloody right!
You just feel it, this energy underneath you just carrying your waist like sitting on a cannonball. You just got to abandon yourself to either going to hospital. It's quite a frightening experience. Even just a small jump like that is quite a hurdle to get over. It's a real test of courage, that.
Thompson! Tall! Shoulders back, hands sit up! Right, halt!
I've not got any money on me. I've not got any money on me. But I will pay up.
How much was it?
25, 30 pounds. Something like that.
Cocky Metcalf remains convinced he'll never have to pay up.
No, I'm pretty confident I'll not fall off.
Metcalf thinks he's going to make it through without falling off. I'll have him in the jumping lane.
Come here!
They've got to accept that when you get into that lane, the horse is going to go at Mach 10 and they're going to jump 3 fences. And the quicker they accept that, then the easier it's going to be. Where are you going? The lane's that way.
Everyone's paid into the binning bucket so far, with one notable exception. Metcalf. He's managed to remain firmly in the saddle, a fact he's been boasting about.
Well done!
No, he didn't fall off at all, and he started gloating about it, which was probably his biggest downfalling. And then he got into a conversation with one of the officers.
He said to me I was going to fall off, and I said no. And then he said, right, up your money then. So what, he said about 60 quid, so I said, okay, fair enough, 60 quid.
Maybe it's the size of the new wager, nearly half his weekly pay packet, but suddenly, Metcalf's confidence dips.
First time I did it, the first jump I went down, I did a very sneaky hang-on. I came out the saddle and I half over his neck and stayed on, and at that point I knew I was coming out. I started shaking and everything because I wasn't confident at all.
I was shaking his head, he goes, I shouldn't have made the deal. I shouldn't have made the deal. And then next time he went over, he came off and everyone just erupted.
Did you hear about that?
And I've just paid very dear for opening my goal.
To teach him a little humility, Lance Corporal of Horse Lee Golder sends Metcalf round again, without his horse.
60 quid is going in the pot.
Special change, Metcalf.
In back, quietly. Well done! Right, halt!
Today, they have their first big assessment. Everyone knows that if one of them fails the test, they all have to take it again. But if they pass, they are rewarded with 3 days home leave.
We also get our spurs if we do this today as well. So get awarded our spurs. If everything goes all well, we get to go home. So it's for 72 hours, so it's all worthwhile, man. I just hope everything goes well.
Right, that's it. You have got exactly 6 minutes. Hurry up.
Lance Corporal of Horse Mark Jaworski is responsible for their performance.
The way they turn themselves out, i.e. the riding boots, the personal dress, the way the horse is groomed and the tack that the horse is wearing is down to me. I think they're flapping a bit about it, but this should be all right.
The man they've got to impress won his own spurs over 20 years ago. Captain Mark Averson.
Good morning, sir. Noir Crossing is formed up and awaiting your inspection, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, here we go then. Right! Eyes! Cut!
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir. Noir Crossing already waiting your inspection.
Triple Hookham riding Zulu!
It's not a good start.
Start again.
Triple Hookham riding Zulu, sir!
Okay, have you been the lead file all the time?
Second day, sir.
Get your dander brush and remove the hair from the green felt.
Sir.
1 or 2 of the brasses are not the best quality brass, okay? So you're just going to have to work on them a little bit to get them as clean as possible. Morning, Hanson.
Trooper Patrick riding Sterling, sir.
Okay, you can just see a little bit of sweat coming through on the boot still, so you need to apply more polish. Well, what's this? Eh? Brassings digging out. We've got a piece of webbing. Should have been cut off, released.
It's all going horribly wrong for Trooper Lee Pettit.
Come here. That's coming over from the stables this morning. That means the horse is dirty as well. Right, that's not good. That's the worst horse so far with the saddle. Get over, Sterling. Well, we need braces on, don't we?
And the captain knows exactly where to find fault.
Troop Wakefield riding vagabond, sir!
That polish again on the boots, yeah? Build up of the grit in the hair, OK? Also, you need more work on your brass.
They may have got away with it so far, but there is still Trooper Glenn Forrest to go. If he fails, they can kiss goodbye to the 3-day pass.
Go on, lock.
He's already come in for special attention, mainly through his inability to get on a horse.
Come on, everyone's getting liver because of you. Get up the horse.
Look at the blanket. It's a little bit low.
Has he done enough to win everyone some leave?
Do you know what the type of bit this is?
T-bit, sir.
T-snaffle, yeah? OK. Cool, Major. Right, guys. First time major inspection. When I say major, the first time I really had a good look at them. There's no problems with the tacking up, which is good. Obviously, now and again, you will get one of them who puts something on wrong. OK? So otherwise, well done.
Come on, straight on top!
They've passed the inspection, but looking the part is not the same as riding the part. By now, they are supposed to be able to walk, trot, and canter in unison. They've got to show they're good enough to earn the right to wear spurs.
Keep length with your leg,
Slide it forward. Push it
I think maybe a little the pressure of a good assessment now. They're thinking maybe, are we good enough? Are we not good enough? Can I move on to the next stage? But this is what we're trying to get out of it. What they're going to be like when they're standing in front of an officer or going on parade, state visit. One or two will pass out just through the pressure. And this is why we're now introducing different sort of inspections at different times. And as we go through, the more of a standard we require.
Number 1 section, right, turn! Number 2 section, right, turn!
Right, Corgo, I want to see his quickest and best dismount, OK?
Right, quickest and best dismount, straight off! And standing still, perfectly still, to attention. OK, we're listening to the OC.
What I've seen this morning, OK, turnout was good. One individual, OK, won't name that person, but everyone was up to the required standard. So, on that, well done. You have earned your spurs, and also you'll also be going on a 72-hour pass.
Trooper Kiwi Hookham is the first to be awarded his spurs.
I don't like using spurs, but, you know, gotta go with what we're told. It's the army, do as you're told.
Remember, you've earned the right now, OK? Sure. Go back to your horse. Remember, you need to keep control of the horse, then obviously put them on.
You've got those little bear boys. Pretty stoked about that, actually.
Morning, Forrest.
Morning, sir.
You well?
Yes, sir. It's like a mini pass-off in effect, that. So yeah, it proves that I can do the job in a fashion. I come here with no riding experience and I can like walk, trot, canter, do everything on my own now. So yeah, but yeah, it's cool. It's a good feeling. Extra kit to clean, but well, it'll be worth it. Yeah, it's good.
The Household Cavalry take tremendous pride in their history. As part of their training, the Ride are in Somerset for a battlefield tour of Sedgemoor. After 10 weeks of training, it's the very first time the troopers have escaped the confines of the riding school. Trooper Liam Wakefield is unsure what to expect.
With a name like Sedgemoor, you just know it's going to be a wide open space. So if you fall off your horse and it buggers off, loads of acres range, find it.
In 1685, the last land battle on English soil was fought here, at Sedgemoor. It was the first time all the regiments of the Household Cavalry fought together for their king. The tour starts at the pub with a traditional glass of port.
Well, thank you very much.
Their guide, regimental historian Major General Barney White Spunner. On the night of Sunday, 7th of July, 1685, the Royal Army camped here. Whilst they enjoyed large amounts of local cider, a rebel army was planning a surprise attack. The troopers ride in the hoofprints of the Household Cavalry of 350 years ago, commanded then by the Grand Old Duke of York, James II. The Duke of Monmouth and his Protestant ragtag rebel army wanted to take the throne from his Catholic uncle.
Monmouth's army is rubbish, effectively. He's got 800 horse, but they're nothing like as well trained as our 3 regiments are. Monmouth's lot have come together in the space of 3 weeks, and you can't possibly, I hope as you'll realise, having done this riding school course, you cannot produce people as trained cavalrymen in that period of time.
Monmouth planned to annihilate the Royal Army as it slept off the effects of the local cider. He called for a daring night attack, fording a deep ditch, the Bussex Rhine. The ride goes in search of this ancient crossing point.
They would have given anything that night to have come exactly where we've come now.
Barney has found the precise location.
OK, it was a large ditch.
But disaster strikes. Vagabond and Trooper Wakefield have come a cropper. They have proved how dangerous the swampy ground and deep drains can be, even in daylight. This could be fatal. Horses have a tendency to give up when stressed.
Take the reins, get in front of it.
The staff coax Vagabond down the ditch in search of the firmer ground of the ancient ford.
Good lad, you all right? Good lad.
With a combination of encouragement and brute force, Vagabond emerges from the water to prove just how vital the crossing points were to the success or failure of Monmouth's attack.
Good lad. Good lad. You started backing off. We're trying to get him back in. Come here. No chance.
Thanks to Trooper Wakefield's efforts, Vagabond is shaken but unhurt.
Just a big shot. I knew something was going to happen today. Thanks, man.
Wary of the ditches and watching their step, the battlefield tour continues. The rebel cavalry, still unable to find a crossing point, were spotted by the Royal Observation Posts. A pistol rang out and the Battle of Sedgemoor was on.
This is really the main killing ground of the battle.
A fierce firefight of cannon and musket fire breaks out across the ditch.
Most of the royal casualties in this battle are caused at this point by Monmouth's artillery, and the Blakes are killed literally just there.
As the infantry and artillery slugged it out, the household cavalry regiments charged the crossing points and struck the rebel army in each flank in a classic pincer movement.
If you're a poor old one of Monmouth's infantry, or one of his disorientated horse, life isn't very nice for you. It's quite a frightening sight. You've got the best part of 800 royalist horse split in 2 parties coming at you, either side, swords drawn, knowing perfectly well that their object is to kill you. The cavalry action is a rout. The battle, as it gets light, is effectively over, and there's now quite a lot of butchery, and most of the wounded are finished off, and the prisoners are gathered together.
Monmouth's rebellion was over. 500 men lie buried in this field.
As you go past the memorial now, just go silent for a moment and just think that they might have been rebels, that lot, but they were still Englishmen.
It's their last inspection before they leave Windsor for Knightsbridge. Not much escapes the eagle eyes of Lance Corporals of Horse Lee Golder and Mark Jaworski.
Pressure's on now, so they don't want to impress me today or there'll be a bit of trouble.
One trooper who's feeling the pressure and isn't impressing Jaworski is Adrian Van Loon.
Don't interrupt me or I'll lock you up now. When I ask you a question, I want an answer. I don't want head shaking, bottom lip hitting the floor, all the rest of it. Do you understand me?
Yes, Corporal.
Right then. Simple, yes, no. If you feel ill, you tell me in the morning. If you've got a problem, you knock on the door and we sort it out. Don't stand out here shaking your head like a little girl. Start being a man, you little tit. Understand?
Yes, Corporal.
He's struggling within the ride because you've got to be quite a close team. And he's sort of segregating them. It's not the ride segregating him, he's sort of segregating himself because of he can't pick himself up and keep at the same level as his peers. He had a problem yesterday with his attitude. He's getting it from all angles at the moment, so I think it's building up on him. And he's having drama with his kit. But We'll get there with that.
We'll just keep
It's just the attitude. Watch him today in the school, because he does, like you said, he takes out his horse. You've seen that before.
Yeah, he does.
If he does it, if he loses his rag, I'll backtrack to once and then today, hoy him out. Just kick him straight out and I'll get him in front of the free ball.
All right. Yeah, cheers, mate.
Although 18-year-old Van Loon is enjoying the riding, he's constantly in trouble over his kit. There's a simple reason why he's not coping well.
My family lives in the eastern part of Holland, and they live like 40 miles away from each other. So when I go over, I only have a little amount of time. So when I go to my mum, I only have like a day with my mum, and I need to travel half a day.
Hopefully he'll open up later, tell me what's happening at home, and then maybe I can help him out.
This is the first time I've ever gone out of anywhere just to live on my own. That's why it's a bit strange for me. I'm not in good a state with the corporals.
Having problems?
Yes, Corporal.
Well, why don't you speak to Corporal Jaworski? Don't bottle it up. If you got a problem, speak to people. That's what we're here for.
You gotta be like Dad sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, give him all a big cuddle and a cup of tea.
There's just days to go before the Queen's birthday parade. The man in charge of all things equine is Riding Master Captain Dickie Waygood. In the Windsor Riding School, the second-in-commands of the two squadrons have arrived to check on their newest recruits. Giving them the once-over are Captain James Howell of the Lifeguards and his counterpart in the Blues and Royals, Captain Rob Gibbs. Only 2 months into regimental life, and Trooper Glenn Forrest's reputation is already preceding him.
It's a big lad. Watch this. I remember doing that.
God, Forrest!
Oh. I'd say that's even worse than me. Oh no. My word. No? What do you mean no? He looks quite, he doesn't look like he's got any strength in his legs.
It's their first chance to grill the newcomers.
Are you a kit monster?
I'll try my best, sir.
Do you take pride in cleaning your kit? Is Betsy a lifeguard or a Blue and Royal horse?
Blue and Royal from Two Troops, sir.
Well, what colour is Blue and Royal cap badge?
Stay right, sir.
How's Viscount?
He's a good horse, sir.
I had Viscount in training as well.
Surprisingly, one trooper seems to stand out from the rest.
What position do I hold in Knightsbridge?
2IC, sir.
Of
the Lifeguards, sir.
Which is the senior regiment?
The Lifeguards, sir.
Well done. And who you are?
I'm a Lifeguard, sir.
Well done, you.
Van Loon's birthplace in Holland works in his favour.
Born in Arnhem, sir. Even better. And why is that important to a lifeguard?
Because that was where the Lifeguards were established. Sir.
You are a star and you are going to go far. I can see it. Well done. Okay, good.
Since most of these troopers think they've joined to fight for country, James is keen to make it clear ceremonial duty is as important as battlefield training.
Okay, fine. Gentlemen, it is a short period of time that you are at Knightsbridge, okay? It is bloody hard work, but it will pay dividends at the end of the day. And as I've said, most NCOs would suggest to you that you do this first, okay? Now, when you are in the depth of despair cleaning your jack boots for the nth time and you're thinking, well, you know, I'd really rather be on Salisbury Plain living in a hole, wet, soaked through and eating my biscuits brown or whatever, that time will come, okay? If you particularly express an interest in wanting to be a donkey walloper the entire time, then probably the route for you to be, if you're good enough, is to go down the Blue Mafia route and become a riding instructor.
For James, so far so good.
I have to say I'm quite impressed, to be honest with you. A lot of these guys are doing some nice, smooth transitions here, and it is looking fairly tidy. Certainly an awful lot tidier than I was when I was at this stage in their riding. So, no, it's good.
But Adrian Van Loon is about to revert to previous form.
Sit up. Okay, sit back up then. Van Loon canter on until the corner.
He then lets the side down further, right in front of his future officers.
Stop pulling on the outside rein. You need to give and take with the inside rein. That leg stays there on the girth. Your outside leg goes back behind the girth. You cannot expect your horse to canter left if you keep pulling it to the outside. You're telling it to canter right.
Later, musician Alex Miller tries to raise riding school morale. And Van Loon has got some welcome news.
I talked to the corporal about it and he's sorting me out some leave so I can get back home because I've not been home for 3 months.
Yet he knows the corporal's help comes at a price.
They're all really sympathetic in a way, but they see it, there's a dark side to it because that means I have to work harder when I come back.
After 14 weeks at Windsor and a trip home to Holland for Van Loon, the new recruits have finally arrived in London to start their lives as cavalrymen.
So ever since we've come to Knightsbridge, the horses have been different. There's been a lot more pressure because there's a lot more eyes on us. And even the riding staff feel it.
We're quite late on in the ride now. Things are getting hard, they're putting a lot of hours in, it's hard work in the yard during the day. Then in the end of the day, when everyone else sort of knocks off, they've got to crack on and push on, do the kit through the evening. A lot of them didn't finish till the early hours of the morning. And in yourself, you might think the kit's good enough, and then you just get ripped to bits on an inspection. It's quite soul destroying at times. But they're a strong ride, so I'm sure they'll pull themselves out the hole, and we'll get there.
First up is an inspection from the riding master.
Pre-fast off is the worst because the riding master's the one you have to impress. It's not really the colonel with the kit, it's more the riding master because he judges you on your riding. And if your ride's not up to scratch, you just have to go back.
Good morning, sir. 13 members of NORC.
If they fail this, they could be backridden, demoted from the ride and forced to repeat the training.
Trooper Baker riding Zanzibar, sir!
Where do you come from?
London, sir.
London. Do you expect to be riding horses in the middle of London?
No, sir.
No? Enjoying it?
Yes, sir.
But Dickie isn't here to pass the time of day.
Right, collar on shirt, dirty, yeah? Epaulets tucked up underneath your collar. Screws again, need cleaning. Dust underneath saddle. Both nosebands are not good enough.
Trooper Hookham riding Apocalypse, sir!
Where do you come from, young man?
Christchurch, New Zealand, sir.
Ah, well done, good. You enjoying the trip?
Sir.
Right, come to me.
Sir.
See that there? Yeah.
Seen, sir.
Yeah.
Even Kiwi, one of the more experienced soldiers, is getting fed up with a constant kit cleaning.
It's just the kit side of it that's really starting to piss us off. I mean, we can get it done, but I mean, there's a few of us who don't get away till 3:30 in the morning. And, you know, it's just one of those things. Some of the guys can nip their kit quite quickly.
Right, your breeches.
If Kiwi is struggling, Van Loon doesn't stand a chance under Dickie's scrutiny.
The back brass on your peninsula brass on your breastplate is not being cleaned. Brass underneath the on your V-shaped attachment is not particularly clean.
He ripped me apart. In inspection, he tore me apart. He saw one little bit and then he just digged for all the little bits that I didn't do.
Brasses on your saddle are not clean enough. The leatherwork on the fans are not clean. Your girth is too loose. The definition is not good enough. And you, young man, are not up to the standard required. Why?
I don't know, sir. Even though it's not the best kit you've ever done, you've still stayed up till like 12 o'clock at night and still put effort into it and then being seen just ripped apart.
You should have been able to clean 3 kits by 12 o'clock. This is clearly not finished off well enough. You're not up to the standard required. You're show behind the night guard tonight. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. If you're not good enough then, young man, you'll be back ridden. Do you understand?
Yes, sir!
Thank you.
And then you're trying to hide it in the stand out. It's alright, I can take it. But he went all over and just disappointing, very disappointing. And then he just went, that's it, we're calling it a date. And he just thought, let's go.
Right, I'll tell you now.
Dickie's had enough. It's not only the troopers who face his disapproval.
If it was the odd one, then I would have bagged them and put behind the night guard. But however, there's too many of them with the same points that should be nipped in the bud. Get those points sorted, gents.
Right, sir.
Thanks very much.
Up.
The following day, they face the riding master's next inspection.
Just watch now the leading file.
But he's immediately underwhelmed.
Look over your shoulder, and you're leaving the rear of the ride behind. The 6'5" looks like he's got a monkey on his back. Can you see him?
Trooper Forrest. So.
Forrest, draw your shoulders back. That's it. Now look at me, Forrest. You're sat like this. Just relax.
From start, that we were just all in crap order, going around his dressings and stuff like that. And when Metcalf did it weren't Metcalf's fault on blame him at all.
Just went tits up, big stall. And tits up, big stall.
Come on, let's do that again, gentlemen. Slow yourselves down. Go forward the second file. Go forward. Stop putting his teeth out. Now look up, gentlemen. There's far too many of them. There's not a change lace ball, maybe. Yeah. Ride! Halt! Still. Gentlemen, just quiet yourselves down. Let's start riding with a little bit of confidence. Quietly trot. Then when you go back into canter, don't overreact. At the moment, you're rough riding. Let's see it again, Court Golder, on each rein. Keep your distances. When you're asked to go forward into canter, sit up. Sit up. Straighten your back out. And then the horse will trot for you. Sit up. Get on the inside track. Right, Corps Major, I'm not happy with this. This is not good at all. I know when I come out here that I put them under a bit of pressure. And if they can't cope with this now, there's no way that they're going to cope when they're bouncing up and down the mall. And they've got the crowds cheering and they've got the horses that are on edge. Court Golder, you present your ride when they're ready. You wouldn't want them going in front of the commanding officer riding the way they were just there. So we'll have a look at them again tomorrow and we'll take it from there.
That's just sod's law. They cracked under the pressure. Yeah, the lads are probably really fed up at the moment that they've got to re-show again because they know that they've let themselves down. Court Golder will feel extremely let down. He knows that he's produced some good lads. So yeah, he's more fed up more than anyone, I'd say.
He did dig today, but again, that's his job. He's got to put the pressure on every day, and a bit more pressure gets added.
Some are becoming unsure whether they'll last the course.
I'm actually beyond caring, because I don't mind if I go home or stay here.
Getting past the riding master remains their greatest challenge. Today, they've all been issued with their cumbersome thigh-length leather cavalry jackboots.
Luckily, I've got a pair that fit really nicely.
I like the fact that it's getting more and more like the actual job, what we're supposed to be doing, rather than just riding boots and combat jackets.
Get your own skybar. You've really got to hang on to your equipment around here.
But not everyone's happy. Trooper Liam Wakefield seems to be losing his enthusiasm for the job.
I do want to transfer. Because career-wise, there's no career with horses for me that I feel that I'd be able to do. I don't see that as a career for me. So hopefully I'll transfer to RAF.
But for the time being, he's stuck with Eliza.
I've decided.
It's hardly surprising Wakefield is feeling the pressure. Riding school is one of the hardest courses in the British Army. 15 weeks ago, most of this training ride had never been near a horse before. This school of hard knocks has seen every man fall off on average 11 times.
Another one bites the dust. Good roll. Like that. Right, bitch, roll.
Since they started, each man has shoveled more than 3 tons of manure. Spent a minimum of 20 hours a week just cleaning kit. They've had to learn the tricky art of marching upstairs and down. Not to mention mastering the cavalry waddle, walking in jackboots. The ride has suffered over 150 inspections.
It's like you haven't even touched it. What's this? Eh? Did you miss the kit cleaning lecture?
I'm not happy with this. This is not good at all. Tomorrow morning after regimental drills, let's have them back out and let's see them again.
But at least they've had the horses to keep up morale.
He's a good horse. Thank you. Smile. Yeah. Good boy.
These equine veterans have always been one step ahead of their novice charges.
Right, halt!
This is the final phase of their training, where each day they learn to ride with a new item of state kit. Today, Lee Golder will gently torture them with the finer points of ceremonial sword drill.
Now this position for you will last about 10 seconds. Right arm up, lock it out.
They'll need strong right arms. On ceremonial duty, they're expected to hold their swords for up to 4 hours.
Position 3. Slowly towards the front. To the sword blade is pointing towards the ground. Keep the elbow locked out, Baker. You big wetty. After 10 seconds, you'll start to do this. Corporal, corporal, my arm, and it will start to fade. The harder you work, the less we do it. Right arms up then, locked out at the elbow. Come on, Wakefield, you're flagging already, look. Wait for it. Recover! Swords! Kiss the hilt of the sword.
In only a week, they'll be graduating in front of their parents. In Knightsbridge, the 12 trainee troopers prepare to ride out in the full ceremonial kit for the first time. Jack boots, gloves, gauntlets and armour leave little contact or feeling between horse and rider. And it's one of the warmest days of the year. Trooper Mike Kiwi Hookham is feeling the heat.
I was sweating yesterday, so it's twice as hot today as it was yesterday. Hot, sweaty, anxious as well, because the boots are solid. You don't know if you actually got contact with the horse or not. When you do squeeze, you squeeze too hard, the horse is just gone. Tankcaster, the mighty dozer. When it comes to feed time, my God, he kicks the doors and walls in.
It's the end of a long journey for these trainee troopers and their mentor, Lance Corporal of Horse Lee Golder.
At the end of the day, this is their bread and butter. Once they pass out, this is what they'll be wearing on Queen's Lifeguard, on the escorts. So the sooner they learn to accept the way that they have to ride in the kit and how uncomfortable and awkward it is, the easier it's going to be for them.
This morning, Captain James St. John Price takes the inspection.
Morning, sir.
He's an expert on dress and a stickler for detail.
Trooper Hookham riding Tankcaster, sir.
This is the first time they've been inspected in full ceremonial uniform.
Some of the hairs have been pushed back to reveal the plume ball. Crest strap is fine.
Hookham has set a good example.
Well done, what a good start to kit ride. Coming up to you.
But laid-back Adrian Van Loon is next.
You can't really see yourself, but there's a large patch here. Once you're in the kit, you've got to learn to be very aware that touching anything will make it dirty.
Adrian Van Loon has constantly frustrated the corporals over the standard of his kit.
I don't want head shaking, bottom lip hitting the floor. If you've got a problem, you knock on the door and we sort it out. Don't stand out here shaking your head like a little girl.
Then he met his match with the riding master, Captain Dickie Waygood.
Horse's dock is dirty. Your blanket's not folded correctly. You're not up to the standard required. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. If you're not good enough then, young man, you'll be back-ridden. Do you understand?
Yes, sir!
Thank you.
He just seems to lack the essential gene needed to make a guardsman gleam.
If you look at it closely, look at that stopping clean correctly. Can you see the rust? Yes, sir. That'll get you charged on Queen's Lifeguard, okay? From now on it gets a lot harder, okay? Yes, sir.
To ride in full state kit requires considerable horsemanship. Troopers have to hold all 4 reins in one gauntleted hand. The other is for their swords.
They're a good bunch of lads. I mean, I've taken sort of nearly 3 rides now. And you do get to know them over a period of time, and it's probably, without sounding cheesy, but it's the best ride I've had, best group of lads. They work together, they help each other, and it's just pure teamwork. And it's very rarely you find a ride like that.
In less than a week's time, their families and friends will travel to Knightsbridge to witness their passing out. This morning, the riding school graduates.
Position 1.
Expectant families gather in the parade ground to witness the trainee troopers' transition into fully fledged household cavalrymen. Mike Hookham's mum and dad have travelled all the way from New Zealand. Mike's infectious Kiwi humour has never let the ride down.
He did want to be in the Paris, but he's found his niche. He's done well.
It's been almost 3 years in the waiting. Yeah, very much looking forward to this. Quietly in my own way, I'm trying not to flap, but yeah. Seem very relaxed. On the outside I'm relaxed, on the inside, oh man.
Nobody has found it harder than Trooper Adrian Van Loon.
Grab a duster.
He has made it to pass out.
I've had my ups and downs, and I have my very down point in khaki ride when I was just not coming together. I don't enjoy it, but I'm not on the phase that I really want to stop this and quit. I'll crack on with the 4 years, and then after the 4 years, see what happens.
It's Trooper Glenn Forrest who has come the furthest in the last 16 weeks.
Who did it for you? An idiot like me has made it through riding school, has made it through kit ride, and has somehow wangled through his way through the system to ruin Knightsbridge.
First of all, Forrest couldn't get on.
Go on, get up there. Counter them, Forrest, kick the bloody thing!
Then he couldn't stay on. He's certainly impressed Lance Corporal of Horse Mark Jaworski.
He just threw all his negative energy into, right, I'm going to do it. And he ended up being one of the best, which is a huge shock to me.
But the one thing he has always managed is to take his fences in his own style.
Horace, you've got to come to the centre of the fence, young man, yeah?
The 16-week transformation is about to be revealed to their nearest and dearest for the first time. Lance Corporal of Horse Lee Golder takes his men into the riding school for the last time. Golder's been their mentor and father figure for the last 4 months. And now it's time to show off his charges to their parents. Trooper Bobby Baker takes the salute for the lifeguard in front of his mum.
I'm immensely proud of him. Yeah, I think he's certainly achieved quite a lot.
Less than 4 months ago, this inner-city kid didn't know one end of a saddle from another.
Okay, so reassess the saddle situation. Is that the right way round?
But it was cantankerous old Quarry who soon had him licked into shape.
I don't think the horse likes me.
How does he look now? He looks like a man.
Yeah.
All grown up. You consider that he's not even 18 yet. Baby.
Starting me off, yeah.
Parents, we do embarrass ourselves, don't we?
Too many flies in this place.
Return! Towards!
Hyde Park's Rotten Row is probably the most exclusive riding track in the world. The highlight of the pass-out parade is to canter in formation past their parents.
Eyes! Right!
Trooper Liam Wakefield's parents have travelled down from Wakefield. Liam's lowest point was when Vagabond took him for an unplanned swim in a Somerset ditch.
What's going to happen today? Well, this is something that I've wanted to do for absolutely years.
His high point was his first ceremonial job in front of the Queen.
Oh, fantastic. It feels as though you're watching it on TV. Ooh, no. Ooh, no. Ooh, no.
From now on, he is qualified to parade on horseback.
It's really good, and it's come this far now, like, just unbelievable. You know, he's had his ups and downs, like, but he's stuck at it, and it's come through fantastic. Yeah, I mean, words can't explain how I feel today. It's just great.
That's it, nice and quiet, well done.
Trooper Glenn Forrest's mum and dad are frankly amazed.
Never in a million years would I thought he'd do what he's done. So proud. It's making a man of him. He did want to be a tank driver, but I think now he's got with the horses and he's settled with the horses, it's made him. It's like, I'm a man now, Mum, I've grown up, but no, he's not, he's still my baby.
It makes a big difference with the parents being there. They really do want to, look really good in front of the parents, so they try that a little bit harder. They really performed today, they really have. The drills are the best they've ever done. It sounds corny to say it on the day of the pass out, but it is. So, really chuffed with them. To see them now pass out and do what they do, it's a good feeling for me to know that I've done my job and they can do their job to a good standard.
Trooper Glenn Forrest is currently serving on the Queen's Lifeguard. Mike Hookham is tipped as a future NCO. Bobby Baker continues to impress his extended family. And Trooper Adrian Van Loon has conquered his kit and settled into life in the Lifeguards.